Good evening. Hello everyone. Hello. I am typing as I am talking. Here we go. There we go. Hello, good evening everyone. Hi, Fred Jones. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, Tanya Alton. Good to see you. Welcome. Join in. Come on in. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to start in just a few minutes, but if you all wouldn't mind, please, if you can, just invite your followers, and we're going to get started just in a few minutes. I know a couple of other people said they weren't going to jump on, and we've got to get some folks in here, and I'm going to get started. And I'm not going to keep y'all long because I know this is a holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend, so I'm not going to keep you long. But anyway, okay, let me turn the camera and get myself. Hello, Endure the Extreme. Good to see you. Hi. Okay, there's everybody. There I am. Good to see you. Nice to see everybody. And happy 4th of July weekend. I'm going to stop trying to shake this thing. So I'm going to try and hold it. I'm putting it down straight so that I won't shake it, because sometimes when I do a scope, my hand starts shaking, or I start getting into what I'm talking about. And when I do that, it shakes a little bit, and I know that's unnerving. So I'm going to try not to do that. So I'm putting it down. So that means I have to look down a little bit at the camera. But you all know me. And what you see is what you get. So we are here this evening. Hi, the Joyful Lady. Good to see you. But I wanted to welcome you all to my very first Success Scope Sundays. And for those of you who might be new to me or watching the replay, my name is Tamika Isaac Devine. I am a wife, I'm a mom, I am a practicing attorney with my own law firm, and I'm also an elected member of City Council, and I'm also the founder of the Possibilities Institute, where we work with women leaders and moms to help them discover their leadership possibility, maximize their potential, and live a life that leaves a legacy. And I am so excited and so glad that you all are joining me here for my very first Success Scope Sundays. And let me just share with you why I am doing this Success Scope Sunday, and why I will be doing this over the next, I will be doing it every Sunday. And those of you who watched some of my scopes before know that I have struggled with being consistent on my scopes. And one of the things that when I'm out and about and people get used to seeing some of my scopes and some of the things, the success strategies that I share on Periscope, and then I don't scope for a week, and I see people or I hear from people and they're like, am I missing your scopes? I haven't seen you scope recently. And so I really thought about it. I was like, I know I need to be consistent. I know people are looking for what I have to share and what I want to say. But with my schedule, it is very, very busy. And for those of you who are just joining us, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Tamika Isaac Devine. And let me just tell you a little bit about myself and why I say it's hard for me to do consistent scopes. I mentioned before, I'm a wife and a mom. I'm a very, very busy person in town. I am a practicing attorney. I run my own law firm, but I'm also an elected member of City Council. So I have duties here in the city of Columbia, as well as my other business, the Possibilities Institute. I do private and group coaching, as well as professional speaking. And so as you can imagine, with all the things that I have going on in my life, I'm super, super busy. And so became hard for me to say I'm going to scope every day. Some folks, hey there, how are you? But there are some people who can scope every day. Some people can scope several times a day, and people are looking for that. I can't always do that. So I decided to schedule some time. Those of you who have followed me in the past know I'm big on scheduling. That's one thing that I tell people a lot about. That is the way I get my goals done and keep things going. But I'm very big on scheduling, and so I schedule my time to do these scopes. And so for however many Sundays, I invite you to join me here on Periscope at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for Success Scope Sundays. And every Sunday, I will be sharing with you something that speaks to my life, or a strategy that I've employed that has really helped me with the success of my life. And let me just tell you a little bit about that. And I don't want to sound like I'm being vain or pumping myself up, but I want to give you a context as to who you're dealing with and who you're listening to. Because certainly you have to, if you're going to take a success strategy from somebody, you want to make sure that that's somebody who is successful. And so I will tell you that, again, I am a practicing attorney. I have been in my own private practice for 15 years now. I practice primarily in real estate and probate and personal injury law, and have built that firm and sustained it over the last almost 16 years. I've been very successful as an attorney. I'm also an elected member of Columbia City Council. I have been serving on City Council for 14 years now, and almost 15. And I will tell you, when I was elected to City Council in 2002, I was the youngest person ever elected to Columbia City Council, the first African American female to be elected to City Council, and the first African American to be elected to an at-large seat. And so when I ran for office, and like I mentioned, I'm still serving, so now I am the second longest serving council person currently. So we've got people who've served for 20 years and stuff, but I've been at 14 years and have been able to be a voice for those people that I represent and I serve in the city of Columbia. And then also I am a best-selling author. Fred Jones, who is on the Scope, has worked with me on my first book, Born into Heaven, Lessons of Love, Faith, and Reclaiming Your Joy in the Midst of a Storm, which made Amazon's bestseller list my very first day that we released the book. And so I'm now working on my second book. And so I'm a best-selling author, and I am also a success strategist. And so when I try and share with you success strategies and success tips, these aren't things that I read about. These aren't things, hi, and Kenja, good to see you. These aren't things that I read about or things that I just heard from somebody, but these are things that I do in my daily life. And I will tell you that I would not have been able to achieve the level of success that I have had I not been really goal-oriented and looking how do I expand success in my life and in the lives of my clients and people that I serve. So anyway, with that introduction said, I do want to just jump into, thank you, Fred. I do want to jump into tonight's topic. And thank you all. Thank you for inviting your followers. Those of you who haven't, if you want to invite your followers, please do. And thank you so much for the hearts. If something I say tonight really resonates with you, I appreciate you giving me some hearts. I also want to hear some feedback from you. I encourage you all after tonight, if you are not on my email list, to go to my website at www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. Send me an email, sign up for my newsletter, and I will share some other tips, as well as would love to engage with you, answer any questions, just, do something to support you in your life. But anyway, with that said, let's jump into tonight's topic. And I will tell you, I'm not big on notes, but I had so much in my mind to say tonight. I wanted to kind of keep myself focused, and so I did make a couple notes. So you'll see me look to the left a little bit because I got my notes right here. I'm not, like I said, I had so much on my mind to say tonight. Don't want to keep you too long. So I will, if you go to my website and sign up for my e-newsletter, I will share these points and a little bit more detail on the points that I'm sharing tonight in my email newsletter. So please, again, feel free to sign up. Go to the website, www.possibilitiesinstitute.com, and sign up, and I will be sending these out, if not tonight, then in the morning. But anyway, my topic tonight is you are the CEO of your life. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have ever heard of that concept before. If you have, please type a 1 in if you have, or say something like I have. But that is a concept that a lot of people, specifically in the business arena, have talked about. And we hear a lot, and people know what a CEO for a corporation is. But the concept of thinking that you are the CEO of your own life is relatively new to some people. And some people, when I mention that, especially in my coaching practice to my clients, they have acted like they've never heard of it before. And they're like, what do you mean CEO of my life? You're CEO of a business. Well, I'm not saying that you are a business, but I'm going to tell you, you need to run your life like you would a Fortune 500 business. You are the CEO of your own life, which means you are 100% responsible for the direction that you take your life. And so if you're not happy with your life, you are the person that is in the position who has the authority and the ability to change that. And so you have to start thinking about yourself in that way. Think about yourself as a CEO of your life, and think about what CEOs do. What are their daily practice, and how do they run successful companies? Some people run several successful companies. And what are the things that they implement in those companies that will help you if you think about that in your life and implement those things? So I just wrote down 6 things. There's probably a ton more. But today, as I was going through this, I was just trying to think of 6 things that you as a CEO, and I don't mean to insult anybody's intelligence, but let me just say, okay, CEO, when I say CEO, I mean Chief Executive Officer, okay? Because I know sometimes people have these little cute other sayings for acronyms. I really truly mean the Chief Executive Officer for your life. So you are the CEO of your life. So what does that mean, and how do you implement that in your everyday life? And so I just threw down 6 things that I think you need to start by asking yourself. And if you don't have these things in place, then you need to put these things in place, okay? So number one, find out yourself, what is the purpose of my life? And do you have a vision, a mission, and values? I will tell you, those of you who have ever taken a business course, started a business, even read or researched about businesses, you need to think about one of the first things that they tell you in any business school. And my undergraduate major was in business. I went to Hampton University, yay, yay, go Pirates. And I was a business management major undergrad. And although I knew I wanted to be an attorney, I wanted business principles, because I think they are so important for people to have that kind of basic business structure. But the first thing they teach you in any business school is, and when you're starting a business, you need to have a clear vision, a clear mission statement, and a clear value statement. And so think about that in your life. Do you have a vision for your life? Then if you think you have a vision for your life, have you ever written it out as a vision statement? Write it out if you have not. Take the time and write out a vision statement. Write out your mission statement, and then write out your value statement. The value statement is what's important to you and why. And so start off by knowing what your vision is, what your mission is, and what your values are for your personal life. If you have not done any of these things, I would strongly encourage you and suggest to you this weekend is Independence Day. This is the best time to do this, to declare your independence from whatever you have. Go out and write your vision, your mission, and your values. If you need some help, you can always Google. There's all kinds of stuff online to teach you how to write a vision statement, a mission statement, or reach out to somebody who's done it before and ask for their assistance and guidance. But start off by doing a clear mission statement, a vision statement. And then once you do that, it's good once you're clear on what your goals are, or clear on what your vision and mission are. The second thing is you need to figure out, number 2, the second question is, what are your goals? So once you have your mission, your vision, and your value statement, then you need to look at what are your goals. What are the goals for your life? I know lots of folks, and that's mainly what I do with my clients. I help them identify what their goals are and a plan to get there. But I'll tell you, when you have goals, it's great. People have goals all the time. My goal is to finish school, go back to school. Your goal could be to lose weight. Your goal could be work out more. It could be to eat healthy. It could be to start your own business. Whatever your goals are, you need to know what your goals are and then set those out. So that's just number 2. So first is your vision, your mission, and your value statement. Second is ask yourself, what are your goals? Number 3 is ask yourself, do you have a strategic plan on how to get to those goals? And that is so very important. I know a lot of people have goals and can articulate to you what their goals are, but then when you ask them how they're going to get to that goal, they don't know a strategic plan on how they're going to get there. So what you need to do is make sure that you have a strategic plan on how to achieve those goals. Strategic plan is not just saying, okay, I want to lose weight, and so I'm going to just go to the gym. You know, you need to have a strategic plan, and when you do your strategic plan, you need to assess your strengths as well as your opportunities. You need to identify where you are currently and where you need to be. You need to say how do you measure your goals? I'm a big proponent on when you say you're going to do goals, what are SMART goals? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and have a time frame for them, SMART goals. But anyway, but once you set the goals, then you have to have a strategic plan for it. Number 4, you need to, and this is the thing, I think the first 3 most people have probably heard of before. The number 4 is sometimes these are, this is a foreign concept to people, but do you have a personal board of directors? And if any of y'all watching have a personal board of directors, I want to hear from you. Just type in 1 or say, I have a personal board of directors. But let me just tell you, y'all know as a CEO of a company, companies have boards of directors. Those boards of directors help the CEO map out the strategic plan for the company. They give advice to the CEO when needed. They have usually an expertise. I will tell you, I serve on lots of boards and commissions. When people seek me out and ask me to serve on a board, it's because I have a skill set that they need, whether it is the context that I have and they need for networking, whether it's my legal background, whether it's my training in positive psychology, whatever it is. People seek me out and ask me to serve on their board because I have a skill set that they might not have or that they know would be an asset. Hello, Terry, good to see you. But I have a skill set or asset that would be helpful for their business. So the same for you for your personal board of directors. I hear a lot of people talk about, when I talk about personal board of directors, they're like, well, I got my girls that I talk to, or yeah, I have my people that I talk to. But think about, who do you go to that can help you strategically get to your goals, hold you accountable. I have accountability partners for all my goals. I have mastermind groups that I participate in that have people who are also very driven and looking to go in the same direction I'm going in. And so I benefit from the expertise and the knowledge and advice that they help give me. So think about that as you're talking about doing a personal board of directors. And I would challenge you that if you don't have a personal board of directors, look tonight and make a list of different people. And I would tell you, I strongly urge you, your board of directors doesn't need to be full of friends and family, because friends and family are not always going to tell you the truth. And you need people who are going to be good for you on that. They need to understand what your goals are, and they need to be able to constructively give you advice and criticism to a certain extent. And not always will friends and family members do that. You also need, like I mentioned, expertise that maybe you don't have. I'm going to tell you, if my goal is to become debt free, I'm not going to put on my personal board of directors friends who like to go shopping every weekend and don't know how to pay a bill on time. Seriously, real talk. I'm not going to do that. And so when you're talking about a personal board of directors, you want people who have experience and knowledge in different areas that you might not be as strong in, or can at least help you stay accountable to the goals that you have and are not going to push you in a direction that you don't want to go in. So that was number 4. Number 5, think about what are your daily functions that you do and how do they align with getting to your goals. So when I say that, all of us, we have jobs, and when we get to the job in the morning, we have daily functions that we do. We know we need to check our email. We know we need to answer our voicemail. We need to, like for me, I'm an attorney, so I go in there, I'm going to court, I'm looking at, reviewing a file. I might have depositions, might have meetings, whatever it is. But I have a calendar full of activities that I do in the day that help me with my work life. Well, think about that along with your personal life as well. Are you filling your personal space with stuff that doesn't align with your goals and do not help you get to the next level? So when you come home from work, think about it. Do you come home from work, you eat dinner, and you stay in front of the TV and you watch reality TV all night and then you go to bed? Seriously, do you do that? Or do when you get home at night, you read a personal development book, or you participate in a mastermind group, or you think about, okay, say my goal is to get my degree. So you go and you sign up for a class, or you look to how do you advance that goal. What do you feel in your daily activities that helps you, that align with your priorities and helps you move towards that goal? And think about that. If you are doing things that don't move you towards your goal, then you need to consider eliminating those out of your daily schedule. I'm not talking about not having fun. I'm not talking about, spending a leisure evening watching, TV if you want to do that one night a week. But what I am saying is that you need to look at what are my daily goals and what am I doing today that actually progresses towards my goals, or is that why I'm stagnant because I'm not doing anything that helps me get to where I need to be. So remember that. And then my number 6, and I said six things. So this is my last one. This one is real key, and this is real important to me. And this sometimes rubs some people the wrong way, but I strongly believe in this. I think you need to identify who your stakeholders are. So for a corporation, think about it. Corporations have shareholders, and those shareholders, the CEO knows that in order to keep their job, they need to give their shareholders a return on their investment. So that means their daily activities need to do something that helps the shareholders get a return on their investment. And I like thinking about this concept with who are my stakeholders. These are the people that I identify are my why. Why do I do what I do? Y'all know, people who know me very well know I'm running from dawn to dusk. I'm always out and everything. And people are like, why do you do that? Well, I can clearly tell you and identify who my why is. Why do I do what I do? I do what I do for my family. I do it for my husband. I do it for my kids. I do it for my mom and my parents. I make sure, I want to know that what I do every day is, number one, leaving a legacy for them, providing for them, and making them proud of me. I want my girls to look up and say, I'm proud of my mom, because I know she's been out there. She helps people. She's always out there striving towards her goals. She's very successful, whatever it is. So that's my why. So think about who are your why, and those people are likely going to be your stakeholders. And think about, once you identify your stakeholders, then think about them as those are the people that will encourage you when things get tough. Because I'm going to tell you, things get tough. There are haters out there. There are roadblocks. There are obstacles. There's always going to be something that kind of keeps you and sometimes doesn't, it might discourage you from moving forward to do what you want to do. But I will tell you that if you have clearly identified who your stakeholders are and you know what your why is, when you think about those people, when you look at those people, it will motivate you. It will push you. It will push you more to do better and to keep striving towards what you ultimately decided to do. So anyway, those are my quick 6 points. It probably wasn't as quick as I thought it would be. But I do have more. I'm going to send it to you if y'all sign up for my email. But I do want to tell you again, and those of you who just joined again, my name is Tamika Isaac Divine. I hope that you watched the replay because I think I have shared some really, really great success tips today about becoming the CEO of your life. And I want to encourage you to decide today to shift your mindset and start thinking about your life as you would a corporation, and you are the CEO of that corporation. You are 100% responsible for the things that go well and things that may not go well. And you are the only one who can change those things if you want it to be better. So I encourage you to make that decision today. I also want to invite you. I am tomorrow joining 3 fabulous women. I am joining OTT Walk by Right, and she is on there at Endure the Extreme. You see her on here. Also, in Kendra Warren, she is on here as well, and Michelle Garrett. We are doing a Independence Day Pass the Scope tomorrow evening, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. All 4 of us will be sharing really great nuggets about how do you declare your independence. What does being an independent woman mean, and how do you get there, and how does that really take you again and move you towards your goals? So I invite you to join us again tomorrow night at 7:30, but I also invite you to join me again next Sunday, 7:30, for Success Scope Sundays. I will be doing this, like I said, every single Sunday. Every Sunday I will have a different topic, and I look forward to sharing with you some more. So anyway, as I close, I want to say thank you so much for joining my very first Success Scope Sunday. I'm glad, and I hope that you got some insight or some inspiration in what I had to say. And again, I encourage you to reach out to me at www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at TI Divine and Periscope at TI Divine. I'm on Facebook at Tamika Isaac Divine, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Tamika Isaac Divine. But again, I thank you so much for joining us, and you have a wonderful, blessed 4th of July, and enjoy your family this weekend. Bye-bye.